Aquarius, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. As a heads up, if you are someone who finds yourself to be sensitive around the topics of sexual energy, identification, and exploration, I don't want you to watch this. I want you to feel free to pass this one up, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. No offense taken, none whatsoever. If you don't find value in it, I don't want you to watch it. It defeats the purpose of any really tarot reading, okay? For those of you who know what's up, you've been around the channel, you know what to expect, welcome back. And in the general sense, you guys, I understand, and this is why I read it, and why Intimate Tarot is a proud cornerstone reading type to Sassy Scorpion Tarot, is because I understand sexual energy comes into play as who we are, as individuals. It's absolutely part of our energy. Thus, it stands to reason it can affect our relationships. It's just one more method in which we can look at ourselves and what's going on. That's it. That's all there is to it. And you can get surprising information on sexual energy. I'm sure you understand, you're Aquarius, you know. You can have that kind of upper level thinking where a lot of people kind of so I know you know. But it's one of those things that does exist, and we're surprised. It still kind of shocks me, even though it shouldn't be. I've been doing this for such a long time, but it really does surprise me how much people pack information about themselves into their sexual energy and yet remain completely unaware of it simultaneously. Sexual energy can make people so uncomfortable, which is very unfortunate, because it's a part of who we are. It's not all. That's going to be the case in point of sexual tarot. It's not all of who we are, but it's an important piece. Show me that Aquarian sexual energy. Show me that Aquarian sexual energy. Show me that Aquarian sexual energy, please. We're going to briefly look at the past, present, and then we're going to focus on the next several months. Show me that Aquarian sexual energy, please. Show me that Aquarian sexual energy, please. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies. Just because it says Aquarius in the title doesn't mean it's actually for you. Okay, check your other placements or I'll catch you on the next one. No big deal. And no, I do not know what happened with my hair today, but this is where we are. In that recent past, Eight of Wands, we had some communication here. It was exciting. Your energy was kind of fluid. You were talking with somebody, expressing that kind of sexual interest, either through flirting or just basic communication that felt good, light, easy. Present day. Oh, Ten of Pentacles. So these cards, I love this deck, but it's so terribly pale. Even I'm like, what is that? That Ten of Pentacles, your sexual energy at some point has become quite solid and stable, I believe, with somebody. Well experienced, you're very comfortable with this person. You and your partner, whoever is in here with you, you two are telling me that you're quite used to each other. You've built a very strong foundation in this life, and your sexual energies are actually very comfortable with each other. And if there's any sort of challenge, Ace of Swords, I'm not sure if I'm worried about that too much. Ace of Swords, of course, being your master symbol. So there might be some things that you question or you're not entirely certain about, but for the most part, you're showing me a strong sense of establishment and stability with somebody. Let's see, who is surrounding you? The Nine of Pentacles. Someone who shows a strong sense of individuation and someone who is very much co-creating this world with you that is reliable. You two look pretty solid. Let's see their sexual energy toward you. Five of Wands. That's a little bit combative. I don't care for that. There might be some sexual frustration that is attached to your partner at this time. But they are showing me a strong contributive effort to the life that you share. This is pretty strong established energy. Now, I don't care that their sexual energy towards you is Five of Wands. It's a little combative. Perhaps they feel like they have to compete or fight for your attention. Okay? Could be the other way around. But I don't care for that. We're going to clarify it and see if maybe that's one of the things that's on your mind with the Ace of Swords in the challenge position. The next several months. Five of Cups, sadness, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands. We're going to work it out. You and your person are going to work it out. There's some stuff here that needs to be resolved between you two. I don't know how deep it goes. We will clarify, of course. But we're feeling a little distant, a little hollow from our sexual energy with our person whom, again, I have to emphasize, the Aquarius I'm looking at today is in a very established relationship. Okay, this is not random, and this wasn't thrown together 2 weeks ago. This has been there, done that. You and I built a life together. You are both showing me levels of comfort with each other physically. Okay, this is no surprise to either you or your person. Your sexual energy with each other looks established, well-founded, comfortable. I'm stressing those words. Again, this is not some fling I'm saying. All right. Now, there is some sadness in you, but it's kind of like we're going to work through it and we're going to get back into a place of happiness, you and I, and we're going to do it together as a team. Their energy is showing me a strong sense of individuation. I don't know why, but I do feel like they're a strong contributor in this relationship, as they should be, and as you are probably too. Your strengths and your energies, that Knight of Swords, you're telling me, and again, that's your Knight, you're telling me, Christina, when it comes to sexuality, I take care of business. I believe you. Obstacles, the Nine of Swords. Now, we got some stress here, and I'm telling you right now, it's related to this Ace of Swords. Okay? It's one of the reasons why your person is showing frustration and why you are feeling an emotional echo in your sex space with your person. There is a bit of a distance there, and you and them, I believe, are trying to heal that gap between you two, sexually speaking, and the emotions are in here as well. Your stability is the one thing here that I don't see in question. Not at this time. But the Nine of Swords is in the obstacles. We can't get out of our head. Okay, we can't get out of our head. And it's one of the things that might be exacerbating the experience between you and your person. We're overthinking it. Let's see. The outcome, the Emperor, taking charge, standing in our power. Yes, feeling a lot more solid. Feeling a lot more solid. Let me know if you're connecting to Aries. Actually, that's the most dominant energy I've seen here by far. Perhaps some Earth. But again, that doesn't have to be an absolute. All right, let's get in there. Let's take a look at this Eight of Wands. Of course, for those of you who've been around, you will recognize Big Red. This is the Tarot deck of Sexual Magic, respectively. Show me that Eight of Wands, please. Your sexual energy with your person was light, fluid, swift, easy. You always knew how to communicate. And that's, honey, you were a smooth talker, you were a fast talker. For Aquarius, not a surprise. You are, or can be, exceedingly charming. All right? It's one of your sex appeals as an Aquarius, is that you can be very charming, very fast. Fast on your feet, fast in your head, excuse me, just, you know. You can be very, very charming. And people forget that about the King, Queen of Swords. Everyone thinks they're so emotionless. No, no, no. That's just their way of processing information first. It's not that they don't have emotions. It's just speak to me through my mind first. You know, and then I'll let you have access to hear. A lot of people don't understand that sword energy, you know. Like the fire signs, they put their fire forward first before anyone can access their heart. You see what I'm saying? You? It's like approach me from my mind. Approach me from the headspace first, and then we'll get to the heart business. You seem to know that there's something on your person's mind, and that's what you're trying to work through. But yes, you are telling me you're classically a fast communicator, and that you are a charmer. The King, Queen of Swords are very charming, witty. You can't be charming without wit, right? Fast talker, you are. And it feels like we haven't done that with our person in a long time. It feels like you and your person are not on the same page, and you haven't been speaking specifically the same language in a long time. This is what we want to fix. This is what's on your mind. Where you two were always able to come together fundamentally, easily, quickly, fluidly, you feel like you have become very distant with your person. For some reason, the communication is what's hurting you the most, rather than the lack of it specifically. You two do not seem to be getting on the same page in terms of your emotional communication as well as your sexual communication, and you are very aware of it. Where you always knew it to be like, even your sexual strengths, Knight of Swords. Oh, I know how to get in there and take care of business, Christina. Like I said, I believe you. So that is communication as well as action, and this is what you're used to with your person. And for some reason, that chemistry is way off. The dynamic that you've always understood it, you feel separated from your person, particularly where the dialogue is concerned. Okay? They've always talked to you. You've always been able to talk to them, but for some reason the conversation's been shut down. We don't really talk about the feelings or the pain or the sexual experience between us so much. Where it used to be like this is now like that. And you are acutely aware of it. It causes you pain. It causes you stress. Yes, it does. That's one of the things that's in the obstacles, because it hasn't been fixed. We haven't healed it. That's why that Nine of Swords is in the obstacles, the communication and the ability to express what's on our mind. Okay, let's take a look at that Ten of Pentacles, please. I am seeing a very strong sense of solidity between you two. The 3D world for you both look tight. It looks really well established. It looks very tight. Okay. What you two are actually experiencing when you're alone, that's different. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Then there's that frustration again. And what we still deeply love this person. Of course we do. We're disappointed that we're not talking like we used to. That seems to be the emphasis. You keep emphasizing communication to me. For the Aquarius I'm looking at, that's a very important part to your experience. Like I said, with air signs, more so with you, approach me from here first so I can understand you. Okay. And there's something in here that you are not able to understand your person, or they're not able to understand you. It's most likely a two-way street at this point. We're having some very strong miscommunication where, again, it used to be easy peasy breezy. Okay. And now at 10 of Pentacles, we still have the love. 6 of Cups. You two have known each other a long time. Okay. We have the 4 of Wands. I still have that relationship energy. Back here, I will refer you to the next several months. We have the 6 of Pentacles to the 4 of Wands. We are going to push past this. Aquarius is telling me we're going to get through that pain. We're going to get through this not actual physical separation. This person, again, I have to stress, is very much in your physical world. Strong contributors, you both are. But the communication is currently shut down on the intimate level. Physically, you two are still connected. Intimately, this is where we see breakage. Okay. Specifically that communication, which you are prizing very highly right now. We can remember fondly those days when the marriage and or the relationship was easy. Okay. That's what we're still speaking to. But it feels like we haven't been able to get back into that place of ease for a long time. The sexual energy here specifically is strained. They're showing me that, and so are you. Okay. And we want to get back into that place of playfulness. So the 4 of Wands in this deck isn't just relationship and or marriage energy. It's also the ability to be comfortable with each other. You can play and laugh in each other's company and not worry about what anybody else thinks. No, neither one of you gives a damn about that. You two, how you are together is how you two are together. It's your secret language as a couple. No one else would understand it except you two. That's what you missed. You missed the playfulness. You missed the communication, the ease of that connectivity that was fast and fluid. And now it seems like we're always blocked. The sexual energy is blocked. The fun is blocked. The playfulness is blocked. The flirtation is blocked. And otherwise is what is a very solid, like I said, well-composed connection, commitment. I'm leaning towards commitment. And again, the idea is we're going to fix this shit. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. You're telling me. We're not talking so well right now, and that really hurts me. You're telling me how much that hurts you. You've always kind of relied on your partner for the communication skills, to always tell you what's going on, and for some reason you're not getting the feedback, and it hurts you. Okay? And when we can't express ourselves emotionally, it's going to affect our sexuality. You bet. The sex we're experiencing with our person, strained, confusing, frustrating. You're not talking to me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Exactly. Let's take a look at that Ace of Swords, the truth that's in the obstacles. I can see that. You are really emphasizing the communication, but again, you being fixed air, yeah, you really need people to talk to you. Okay. Not just people, your person. You really need and desire your person to talk to you. Show me the Ace of Swords, please. What's the issue here? Show me the issue other than communication. What is the cause of it? What is the cause of it? You are otherwise very happy and very content, Aquarius, in your relationship. You want to keep it. You say it's yours. I believe you. You put a lot of work into it. The both of you have. I believe you. Show me that communication issue here, please. 2 of Swords, Ace of Cups, the Knights of Swords. Someone's having a hard time acting literally from their heart space. Someone's having a hard time acting from their heart space. They are getting, someone's overly feeling or overly thinking their feelings, and it's causing the miscommunication. It's not for lack of want. We want to communicate, but for some reason, someone recently, it feels very, very recent, has got caught up in their headspace and their emotions are not coming out the way they usually do. It could be you, it could be them. Otherwise, you were telling me, I think and expect and act and communicate from a place of the heart, Christina. I always have, and I've always expected my person to, but for some reason, we're crossing signals lately. We're missing each other's signals, and we're not communicating like we used to. I understand. I can see that you think you have a tendency, and it was also in your strengths too with that Knight of Swords, You've always been your strength to act and speak from the heart. I told you, more so with Aquarius, you start here. You want to access me, you start here, then you get here. That's your process. Not for all of you, but the vast majority of Aquarians, air signs, it's like, talk to me first. I need to know your mind. I need to know your mind. I need to know how you think. I need to know how you view the world. I need to understand your perception, and then you can get to know me on an intimate level, right? And that's how you've always acted and or communicated, but that's the issue. There's too much confusion, I believe, surrounding someone's point, and you're like, what is the point? What's going on? Tell me the truth. So let's jump on over to this person's energy. They have a very workaday energy, proud, confident, independent, but they're frustrated. They're showing me that. What is it? What is causing this confusion? For a situation, rather a person that you would always know how to interact with. Again. Oh my goodness. I know you love this person very much. And you are in what looks like an otherwise functioning relationship, more than functioning. You two look rather prosperous. If I'm being honest, I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. You two are considered the it couple outside of your dynamic. Look at that Aquarius and their so-and-so. They always got it together. Look how much they accumulate and look at how much they thrive. They look like the perfect couple. That's what you two kind of look like, and it's looking like you two have a current rough patch. It's very, very fresh here. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. The Devil, could be Capricorn. Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's tying back to the truth, the one that you're not quite sure what the hell's going on. It's in the challenge. They're showing me the Ace of Swords. They're telling me that they have some very strong pain in their heart, and what otherwise would be a very functioning person. Where is that pain coming from? You would know best. They have some very strong pain in their heart, and it's their particular truth. What is the origin of the Devil, please? I will do my best, but I can't make any guarantees that I understand absolutely what that devil is, but I know it plagues them. I know it's plaguing them. Show me. Show me the Devil, please. Explain it to me as best you can. What is this person's devil? What is their fear? What is their shadow? It's a truth that seems to have cropped up recently and has impeded the progress between you two, specifically communication. Confidence, King of Cups, Queen of Swords. There's something in their love space that they say that they love you very much. They know this, but for some reason their confidence is lagging lately, and it's plaguing them like the devil. You may not know because they may not know how to express it. You would know your person or your partner best. Okay? They have love for you. They acknowledge this. This is undisputed. Could be dealing with a fellow air sign. They know they love you. That's not the issue. The issue is something to do with their confidence. Perhaps it's their physical form. Okay? And what someone who is looking kind of increasingly proudful to me, not pride as in bad, but someone who's used to exuding a certain level of competence as well as confidence, and for some reason it's currently lacking. They feel like there's a part of them that is lacking, and it's affecting their confidence, and it's coming out in negative fire, okay, as opposed to positive fire. It does not look like a bad person to me. It looks like someone who is suffering in their confidence, and it seems to have happened lately. Specifically their physical confidence. And I think that this person feels pride, and that kind of keeps them from expressing it. If this was a bad person, I'd tell you, they're showing me that they have full love for you. That's not the issue. It's not the issue, Aquarius. I don't think they're talking about it because they may not know how. Right? There's something in their self-esteem that says that they feel like they are lacking, and it's affecting the communication with you. Thus, the emotional energy is shifting a bit, and thus the sexual energy is being affected too. Does it make sense? Let me show that Five of Wands. So again, their positive fire has recently turned negative. It feels very, very recent. Now, this person could have long-standing issues with self-esteem, absolutely, but for some reason it's coming across as very, very fresh. Something happened, possibly. I don't know. But they are showing me a certain level of insecurity, strongly. that's making them think poorly of themselves. So how they communicate with you has changed. They're showing me insecurity where they're typically actually very secure. They're otherwise very competent. This is someone who gets shit done. I know it. I know it. I know it. This is someone who gets shit done. You know that about them. That's one of the things you love about them. But they're showing me high insecurity. They're telling me they love you, but their confidence is way off. Let's see that Five of Wands, their sexual energy towards you, combative, pushy, offy, the High Priestess, the Force. Yeah, they're saying they can't talk about it. They're saying they can't. Okay. That's what it is. They're saying they can't talk about it. And here's the thing. When they tell themselves they can't talk about it to you, it is a form of self-deception. Again, I know I'm pulling some serious cards for this person. I know what it looks like. And I know how other people would interpret it. I'm telling you, this is a normal person who has recently come into conflict with their sense of self and their confidence. Their self-esteem, for some reason, has taken a hard hit lately, and I don't know why. Maybe they don't like the way they look. Maybe they gained some weight. Maybe there's something they can't give up, like a bad habit, but they're otherwise on the straight and narrow. See what I'm saying? Their intuition tells them to keep quiet, that they need to keep thinking about it. On the contrary, it's a form of deception. They keep telling me they don't know how to talk about it to you. Okay, that's why you're hitting so hard with the communication. This person has kind of shut down their more personable aspects of themselves when they used to give it so freely. There's something in this person's self-esteem that's hurting bad. And they're like, I don't need help with it. That's because they don't know they need help with it. They're still in a stage of denial. Okay. So I am emphasizing this, honey, because I don't want you to believe that this person's bad. They're in here with you. I think they're going through a very real and very normal human experience, and it's going to pass. I do believe that. It's temporary, assuming this person helps work through their shit. But right now, they're telling me they can't talk to you about it. High Priestess of the Four Swords. You don't get much more quiet than that. But here's the problem. And I would have believed them too, honey. I would have believed them too. The reason they say they can't talk to you about their aggression and their frustration and their anger and why the sexual energy is tight between you two, why the emotional energy is tight between you two, they say, I'm not ready to talk about it, or there's nothing to talk about. They shut it down, and I see that, and I don't agree with it. I don't. But you don't want someone to speak when they're not ready to, because it's going to come out blah, blah, blah anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I know you know that. You have the tendency of all the zodiac signs to not speak your mind until you know your mind is ready. They're going through a very similar process. They're not ready to talk about it. And I don't want them to. I don't want them to, because they're showing me Five of Swords. They're uncomfortable with their thoughts. They're still trying to work it out. But here's the thing. To help improve the situation, it would be helpful if they told you. And this is what you call simple human error. Okay, I know you're familiar with that, simple human error. They should have just said, honey, I'm not ready to talk about it. I know I'm off. I know I've been a little on edge lately. I know I've been aggressive lately. I don't really know what's going on with me, but I don't know how to talk about it yet. That's simple human error. If they could just convey that to you, you wouldn't be so upset. Okay? So if you can find it in your heart, if you well and truly love this person, your partner, and the person I'm looking at that you've built a life with, perhaps you can give them that latitude, yes? Because they did commit human error, which we all do. I see where they went wrong, but I also see why they're not ready to speak up. Okay? So hopefully you can give them that allowance, because they do have shit to work through. They're just not telling you that they got something. And I tell you, honey, it's self-esteem. I'm telling you, it's to do with self-esteem. The love piece, that's, I don't dispute that, neither do they. They love you, but that Six of Wands is taking a hit in that devil energy, which automatically tells me it's self-esteem issues, particularly as it relates to sex or their physical body, or they feel shot down for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they're showing me rejection in their heart. Rather, I should say perceived fear of rejection. Oh, we're doing some deep psychological shit today. This is perceived perception of being shot down. Okay, so again, self-esteem, self-image issues, and it feels so fucking fresh, and I don't know why. But it is that Ace of Swords that's in the challenge, the shit you don't know about that's tying back directly to them. So, you know your person best, okay? Yeah, and that would explain it, honey. That would explain it to me right away. It's like, but we've always done this. I always act and speak from the heart. I don't know what the hell's going on. You showed me confusion for a good reason. I understand. It makes sense now. It does. But I've always act and speak from the heart, Christina. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. You're right. You don't. You don't. Hopefully, this helps put a little bit more light on the subject. Honey. Okay, and it causes you pain. Obviously, 5 of Cups. Lack of communication. What the hell's going on with my person? It causes you pain. I get it. 5 of Cups, please. 5 of Cups. I think that speaks for itself. You are feeling emotionally and sexually distant from your partner, respectively, as you would. Given this situation scenario, of course you will. That's a natural reaction, honey. By the way, for those of you who have asked, why do I talk like a therapist / counselor? Because I used to be one. That's why. That's the long and short of it. So that's why I talk about things like emotional distance and self-esteem and self-image and projection and things like that. That is my background. It is my privilege to use my old profession to update tarot in a way that people can make a little more sense of it. I hope, I believe. Okay? Because, honey, I hate the vague shit. So the more I can apply it to modern, real-life terminology, so much the better, in my opinion. Some of that 5 of Cups, please. Some of that 5 of Cups. Some of that 5 of Cups. Some of that 5 of Cups. Some of that 5 of Cups, please. Eight of Cups. I know. You also want to know, is it always going to be like this? And again, that's a fair reaction. I see you struggling to heal it, to not get so emotionally involved. In other words, you're telling me you're trying not to take this personally, and that's very hard for you, and I could see why you would. Again, based on simple human error, okay? I could see why you would take this personally. For some reason, they have not communicated with you, because you're not stupid. You understand something's up. You know something's up. You just can't articulate it, and that's because they can't. If they had been thinking about it, and if they had been a little more aware of you and your needs, they would have said, Aquarius, honey, I'm going through something, and I'm having a hard time understanding it. Give me some time. And you're having a hard time with it, but your patience, your emotional patience specifically, is starting to get a little bit more on the verge of the world. Okay, you are still very much interested in healing it with this person. You are still very much interested in emotional recovery with this person. But you are also now getting to that point where you kind of want this shit to cycle out. It's kind of like, come on now. Come on now. This is hurting too much at this point. I understand you got shit going on, but it's really starting to affect me. Again, I understand your reaction. And I don't know that you fully cycle this situation or person out. You two have quite a bit of roots. But I do know you're getting to that point where your patience is starting to wear thin. I understand. Temperance is time. Temperance is healing. Temperance is patience. And now it's got the world on it. It's like, you know what? I'm starting to run out of patience here. It's time to... This is going on too long, so I don't know. But it's over the next several months that you're going to start feeling that. Like, this still hasn't... It doesn't have resolution. Yet. Still doesn't. And I'm kind of tired of getting emotionally invested in sadness. Right? I didn't sign up for sadness. That kind of thing. So it's like I'm really tired of being emotionally invested in sadness. This is not what I signed up for. It's not what you signed up for. I've been showing this situation patience and healing, but I'm also thinking it's time for that to be done. Let's keep going. The 6 of Pentacles, because the bigger part of you literally wants to work things out in this relationship or marriage, I believe. Show me the 6 of Pentacles. You have reflected back to me the relationship several times. Show me that 6 of Pentacles, please. Show me that 6 of Pentacles, please. Do you know that I think about it? Looking back on your, I believe looking back on your general love readings, I don't really see you not in a commitment lately. I feel like I tune into a lot of Aquarius's these past several months that you're in heavy commitments and things like that. It's interesting. Huh. Four of Pentacles, we're still holding on to the marriage, literally, even though it still confuses us. I understand. The Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, you might have some Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to one. Six of Pentacles, we're still holding on literally to this relationship and or commitment, whatever this is. We've committed to it. That's what we're saying to ourselves. We're going to continue on with the balance, even though it doesn't feel great. And we are tired of only experiencing sadness with our person. You are starting to lose your patience. I understand. It's like I can only handle so much emotional disconnectivity with my person. You're my person, for God's sake. Come on. Fuck. How much time am I supposed to give this? I understand. It's a natural reaction. But we're still holding on to this, even though it still confuses us. Okay? The emotional energy and this person's sexual energy confuses us, but the balance, the practical, the 3D world still seems to be maintained at this point. All right, I know. I'm rooting for you too. See, they're still working through that Five of Swords. They're still working through that Five of Swords, you know. They have some sort of pain in their heart that I just cannot see, and it involves fear of rejection. They feel rejected sexually. They feel rejected in their body. I don't know why this is hitting them so hard now. Is there truth that they're struggling to come to terms with? Do they not feel attractive? They're otherwise very competent, honey. And you know that about them. You've managed to make a whole life with them. There's something that weighs in so heavily on their heart that has to do with themselves, you know? Show me that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands. Do they not feel attractive anymore? They made it very clear the heart's not the issue. Feelings aren't the issue. My sexual image, my sexual sense of self-worth, the perception of my body, my sexual energy, it doesn't feel right in their eyes. I don't know why. Show me that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Page of Pentacles. God dang it. Three of Swords. There's still pain here, but we're still showing levels of hope with the Sun for this relationship / marriage. We're still showing hope. I would like to see someone invest a little bit more into their healing and into their advancement. I really would. That Three of Swords is still there, and it's a Page of Pentacles behind it. So we have not invested enough into fully healing our heart. This person is taking time, I must admit. You've already shown me that you started to lose your patience. Not enough to end it, but to show it, I don't want to invest any more into this sadness. What the fuck's going on? I get it. But we are still showing hope for this relationship. We still feel the warmth in this person's energy. You still feel the warmth of their love, and I do believe you still feel the warmth of their sex. So the Sun is very, very warm love energy, and it's also very, very warm sex energy. It's both. You can't really feel the Sun with someone that you just met, like last night at the bar. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh God, what even happened? You don't really get the Sun with that. So when I'm telling you, yeah, we know this person. We still have the hope for them in this relationship, this marriage. It still confuses us, and there's still pain in it. And then over the next several months, we still feel the hope in it, the warmth in it. So there is still some exchange here. That some days it's happy, it's healthy, and it's warm. Pain still exists. And I hope your person continues to work through it, and I hope that you are in a position where you can still emotionally support them. It's getting harder for you to do that. Because sometimes you look around and you're not seeing much results, you know? Okay. Excuse me one moment. So you didn't know it was going to be all this. I know what you thought. You're going to say, like, ooh, I'm going to see if I'm going to have a wild Friday night. See? This is what sexual energy can do. It can tell us more. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. Show me that Knight of Swords, please, in this range. Now, sometimes I will occasionally see a wild Friday night, but it's rare. It's very rare. Actually, we're going to do a couple from this one, but that's not done either. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. Show me that Knight of Swords, please, for Aquarius' sexual strengths. Oh, I know how to take care of business. You already told me that. You act and speak from your heart. That includes your sex, too. Very good. For you, that's energy consistency. Yes. You act and speak from your heart. I know you don't know how recently with your person. You are still hoping that things will change in time and go back into a happy place. Right now, you have been getting or been given mixed signals, I believe, from your person about their sexual energy with you, what it feels like, what it looks like, how they want to experience, because you have told me this is what energy consistency is all about and why I use so many decks. You have told me, without fault or fail, I take care of my partner's needs, and it comes from love, my heart space. So I don't understand what's going on with them. I haven't changed, but their interaction with me has, and it hurts. It hurts like hell. And I'm trying to be supportive. And there are days when I get mixed signals from my person regarding their sexual energy, their preference, their time, energy, and devotion. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. That would also explain why you still feel the warmth of the sun with them. Okay? And I get mixed signals about when to come in, take charge, and do my thing, to love my partner and to demonstrate it. But I'm still here with the Wheel of Fortune, and I still ultimately hope that we get back into a place of the Ten of Cups, emotional harmony between they and I. The emotions will clear and smooth, and so will the sexual energy. Okay? That's what you hope. And you're kind of rolling with that mixed signal energy as best you can. Some days they're for it, some days they're not. You try to show up for both. Okay? And you seem to try to take it in good stride. There's days they shoot you down or they show no interest, and you kind of roll with that. And there's other days where it's on and it feels warm again, and then you try to roll with that. Because you, again, you're trying to keep the long term in mind. Okay. Emotional harmony. The Nine of Swords is in the obstacles. Yes, you're stressed. Of course you're stressed. Something's going on with your partner and you don't know what the hell's going on. It's enough to stress anybody out. And a lot of that is their internal conflict. It's not helping that they're not speaking towards it. But there's... God, what? I keep coming back to that, honey. What is that rejection in their heart? What's that rejection in their heart? What is that rejection in their heart? And it ties back to their body. I have to insist on that. There's either fear of rejection of their sex based on their body, poor self-esteem, self-image, or they feel rejected in some way I can't pinpoint, but it affects them. That Nine of Swords, I keep... Oh my goodness. If they could just get out of that deceptive thinking, I have to keep this to myself, I have to keep this to myself, because they don't want to be reflected on poorly even more, right? They've always been an upstanding character in your relationship, right? So I can't let Aquarius know I'm having self-esteem issues, because then that will make me look even more unstable or less than dependent, right? This person's got pride. They got some pride. They got some pride kicking around when it comes to their form, their body, their expectations, how people perceive them, what they can say, what they cannot say. That's all pride. Let's keep going. The obstacles. That's literally the mental conflict that you're experiencing with your person is literally what's delaying the passion between you two. But you're like, I can wait. You're showing me a lot of patience. I know it's hard. There's going to come a point in the next several months where you be like, I'm fucking really done with this sadness shit. Time has gone by and I still don't know what the hell's going on with you. I understand you're going to hit that crux. But you keep resolving upon this, you know what, my passion, my energy, it can wait. There's a lot of stress here, and I don't want to add to it. You're being very gentle with your person. You are still kind of tolerating the mixed signals about the passion. the expression of it specifically. We're still kind of tolerating the mixed signals again. I will say by you tolerating it, it is adding to your stress by playing the kind of sexual guessing game with their person. Are they into me or they're not? Are they going to be warm with me today or not? Do they still want me or not? That's plaguing your mind too. With whatever it is that's plaguing them, it is starting to rub off on you, and I don't like that. Okay? I don't like that. I think we're going to have to prompt a conversation, Aquarius. I do. They're already telling me they feel obligated to keep this to themselves. I don't want you to adopt the same behavior. I would encourage you, if this resonates with you, to be forthright. I don't mean angry. I don't mean get in your person's face. I mean very gently say, you and I are being affected by something that we don't really talk about, and try to get the ball rolling. If you adopt their same behaviors, you're going to end up doing the same thing that they're doing, and it's going to make it even worse. So while you are trying to be patient, and that, trust me, honey, I get it. Some days your patience are pushed to the limit. I got it. All the more reason, I believe, and if you really hope for things to go back to the way they were, where things were emotionally fluid, and they talked to you fluidly, and the sexual energy was comfortable, established between you two, the emotions are the same, I would say approach it. Not rudely, not meanly, but from a place of care and concern, which has been here this whole time. And if you're like, yeah, if you're rolling your eyes at me, you're like, yeah, Christina, I've done that. Then what's next? You tell me what the solution is. I don't tell you. I can try, but ultimately you have to tell me what your solution is. I need you to think about that. Forward. That is literally one of your superpowers, is forward thinking. Use it, okay? Because if you adopt this the same way that they are, you're going to get more of the same. Same plus same equals same. I know you understand that. Show me the Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor, please. You know, I haven't seen too much power energy other than looking at Emperor here, old Mr. Grumpy Pants. I love all the signs, I do. But I also have little nicknames for them too. Other than Aries here, I haven't seen too much else other than Taurus, maybe a touch of Leo. Oh, Capricorn. Show me this Emperor, please. Okay. Okay. It's a bit abrupt. I want to dig just a little bit further. Where are we on time? Okay, that's good. Okay. The Emperor. I have someone standing in their power and saying that they want to move on. Now, I don't know that's an ultimatum with your person. I don't know that's an ultimatum. It might be a suggestion. It could be as simple as that. Six of Swords isn't always about, I'm just leaving you behind straight up. It can often mean that I gotta move on to calmer waters, and I don't blame you. The waters have not been calm with your person, or the sexual energy has been calm in a way that you understood for several months. But somebody here is standing in their power and they're saying, I move on, and I believe you're suggesting to your person, I want you to move on with me, please. I'm kind of done with this. Can you and I go into more gentle waters where there is love, affection? King, Queen of Pentacles are highly, highly affectionate in sexual energy, and that's because they are very sensual and they want to please and pamper their partners. Okay? It's somebody standing in their power, and it could be as simple, Aquarius, honey, as you saying, I need us to move forward. I need us to move forward in love. I need us to move forward in the practicality, but also the physical, the positive physical, where I can access you and touch you and love you, and you can do the same for me. Somebody's saying that. I can't ignore the other possibility that somebody's standing in their power and saying, I'm moving on from this. or I'm moving on from you. Because I'm showing myself love. King, Queen of Pentacles, outside their partners, tend to put themselves first. Which one is yours? I do not know. That's why I want to dig just a little bit more. You're either gently but firmly suggesting it's time you and I moved on from this, whatever this is, and I want us to go back into happier, loving times where we can express it, or someone's going their own way altogether. And it's done so out of self-love. Okay? That's a hell of a jump. That is a hell of a jump. Show me. Is there anything further on this, please? Is there anything further on this? I can't say I'm surprised. I saw you lose your patience once with the emotional investment, which is, I don't feel good, and we haven't been feeling good, and I need this to stop. But I'm trying to maintain the balance with you. I can still feel the hope with you, even if you give me mixed signals. I do believe for, let's say, 60% of you, you are firmly suggesting to your person, it's time to move on. Whatever this is, we can move on from this, and I want you to come with me. Something like that. Knight of Wands, Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands. Yeah, see, there it is. We are exhausted. You are. You are exhausted, okay, by this hope in your energy, your sexual energy, that things will go back into a fluid, loving space over time. You've given it time. We're hitting the fast forward button now, right? You still see that love as very strenuous to achieve, but you're still showing me a willingness to try. So again, I'm defaulting to the vast majority of the Aquarius I'm speaking to, and that's if it resonates, that you are not saying, get your shit together, I'm out. It's more of a gentle but firm discussion that says, it's time for us to move on. I would like to take you with me. I still love you. We still have a life. You and I are well equipped. Okay? We may not be the lovers. We may not be the King and Queen of Wands, but this is us. This is our life. And I'm still trying to put energy into you. I want to. Even if the emotions with you are really hard to fucking reach sometimes. Even if it feels like you are being pulled in many directions in the family, and so am I. The point is, I still have energy for us. Even if it is a burden. So I do believe at some point in the future, you're like, that thing I told you about, where you have a talk with your person about what's up, instead of doing what they do, because that's not going to help either one of you. I think you're doing exactly what I suggested you do. Firm but gentle. It's time for us to move forward now. For love of ourselves and love of us. Even if it's hard, I still have the energy for it because I still love you. And I still have passion for us. Right? Whether or not they will take you up on that offer, I don't know. I just see exactly what we were talking about, Aquarius. If it's still a problem, you tell me the solution. You told me the solution. As you see it. Whether or not they will agree to it, I don't know. But, good job. We'll take that. I like that you stood in your power, and again, it's not an ultimatum. I don't respect and I do not like ultimatums. Ultimatums ultimately lead to more harm than good. And if it really is a case of justifiable ultimatum, then it never should have gotten to that point to begin with. Even if you can justify an ultimatum, and some people really can, it never should have gotten to that point to begin with. So no, ultimatums typically do not do well. They typically do not end well. And even if you can legitimately say someone owes you, so, you know, what is that? How does that go? Ship up and ship right or something, whatever that is. Even if you're like, look, da-da-da-da-da, this or that, and that's a reasonable argument, because some of those do exist, it never should have gotten to that point. No, ultimatums do not well. Reasonable, firm discussions. This is what I would like, this is what I want, this is what's been going on, and this is what I want for you and what I want for us. Does your wants and needs match my wants and needs? Okay? Any idea of the response here? Anything idea of the response here? You just kind of want things to go back to the way they were before whatever it is that happened for this person or to this person came into play. Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Star. This person is slowly trying to work, and I mean slow, that's part of the issue here, I understand, is slowly trying to work to rebuild their desires. You're in here too, as the Star, but it's very slow. And there's something that they are pulling through that I can't quite understand. But they need to heal themselves, their sense of desires, where it is they want their desires to be and why. There is a sense of self that's part of them that's adjusting, and they're having a hard time with change. They're having a hard time with change about how they perceive themselves. Their emotional output, their sexual output, it has changed. Fear of rejection, self-esteem stuff like we were talking about, and that's the thing that they need to heal. And if they really want to stay connected to you in this way, they're going to have to sort their shit out. And that's pretty much what you're saying, but you're doing it in a much kinder way. I still believe in the best of us, even if it is a pain in the ass. I still have the energy to fix this. And there's something in this person's desires, sexual or otherwise, that says it hurts, and it's trying to recover. And it's taken a long time. Yeah, we want to get the energy back on board too, back into the... They want that too. They want to get back into a place of confidence that I told you was taking a hit so hard in their energy. They want to get back into that place of confidence too, and that's something that they need to figure out. Their desires have shifted and changed. How they experience themselves, how they experience their love and sex has changed. It's been impacted in some way, and they need to process that. Okay, if they want to come back to the person that you recognize in the relationship, or if one or both of you still wants this, I know that you do. Even if you lost your patience with it a couple times, you still ultimately want it. They need to figure that out too. They need to figure that out too. Oh, and you see how that all starts? With, we're really good at talking, communicating, and flirting, and I always take action in the bedroom too. What the fuck? And that's why we do sexual tarot. All right. Imperative timelines, please. And this is over the next several months. I see it actually extending outwards into Taurus season. I don't see it going out as long as Sagittarius season, although that could be one of the things that's exacerbating the situation. It's just the time. And a big chunk of it comes from them keeping all this shit to themselves because they don't want to really address it or see it. So it's really just compounding the issue, okay? Yeah, Page of Swords, the World, and Page of Cups. Just like we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to look at it because things might change. I got news for this person. They already have. Change happened within them, whether they like it or not. And if they want to get back on board with themselves, they got to look at it. They got to address it. And that means being confrontational and pushing past our own sense of pride. I don't got to look at that. No. This is like a cold. I'll get over it. It's much deeper than that. And here's what's weird, honey. It happened recently. It happened recently. I don't feel like it's a long-standing issue. I think this person is very preoccupied with their physical body. But there's something about the self-esteem issue that is just now coming into play where it wasn't there before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This person is typically very strong-willed. Nine of Pentacles strength. They have a strong sense of self and aptitude, but for some reason that has gotten shaken. Their sense of self, identity has shaken severely. And then what looks like maybe a couple of weeks to the past couple of months. There's something that got hurt, man. The Hierophant, again, that Taurus energy, and the Devil. Capricorn. Somebody's sense of self has gotten badly shaken. So they don't talk about it, so it sits there and it festers. But it obviously it affects the relationship. Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to time text. Yeah, like I said, it feels like the bulk of this happened around the holidays, right before we exited 2022. We tried not to pay it much mind at first. Could have been the fall, winter. We tried not to pay it much mind at first, but it kept growing like a splinter. 21st might be important, the 9th might be important, the 8th, the 17th, the 5th, the 15th. And I think that's strong energy. When they don't like to talk about shit, they don't like to talk about shit, do they? Like, again, that just exacerbates the issue. Like, it doesn't affect the relationship if they don't talk about it. On the contrary, that's exactly how these things start. I don't know. Important seasons will include Aries. I tried to combine Aries and Aquarius. That was interesting. So, your season might be important, of course, and then I saw, again, heavily Aries as well as Taurus, and then upwards to Capricorn and Sag season. I hope not, but it was there. Okay. It was there. Okay. Q, S, Stingray, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, specifically Scorpio. The hot air balloon, riding higher in the sky, look down below, see what the actual activity is. For some, the medallion of Pisces for some of you. Arrow of Sag, incoming, and it happened fast. The feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, diamond, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Hard-headed too. Hard-headed too. The great white shark, obviously, again, Scorpio, and then P and U. Okay. 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 Do we have anything else in here? I feel like there's some... No, not this one. This is from the Yin Yang Oracle. Is there something else I need to see here, please, for Aquarius and their person? In relation to that sexual energy, please. Twin flames, I would call it the lover's connection, possibly. Chemistry, passion, you really do feel like this is your person, that you two are fated, I do believe. There was something that happened that it was considered a divine intervention. Okay, something to do with the passion. We need to understand the passion, specifically how it's affecting it. Here's what's interesting. I'm not saying that I don't really do twin flames, but I do believe in the lovers. Okay, that's very strong connectivity. Soul bond energy, chemistry, passion, fate, detours, divine intervention. This could be a very strong lesson in growth over the summer. That's interesting. About chemistry and union of the souls. Is that what you two have? Is that what you want? There's something here about lessons has not been entirely learned about this. It's incoming tower energy. Divine intervention. Someone's learning the hard way, I believe, about their chemistry, their passion, what they feel inside versus what they experience. And it's not necessarily matching. This is looking like some very hard-hitting knowledge. I don't know that you two are soul bonded, or that you're twin flames if you believe in that, or if you're lovers. I just know that someone is going to have a very strong exercise and growth that's overdue, most likely the person that's rejecting it the most. There's something that they're learning about their passion, sense of self, what they're experiencing and why, and who they're supposed to be experiencing it with, and they're learning it the hard way, and that's because they're resisting it tooth and fucking nail. They know they feel bad, they know they don't feel good. But there's something in them that's growing, and in terms of self-awareness, it has not actualized yet. They may not know it until the summer. We're talking Cancer, Leo season, okay? For some of you. That's very interesting. There's Somebody's heavily contemplating divine intervention. Chemistry. Passion. It's like a very strong injection of energy. Why is this in my life? Or why is it not in my life? Why was I meant to meet this person? How come I haven't met that person? Why is this affecting me when this other shit doesn't? That kind of thing. So I don't know where that lesson's coming from, but somebody's going to get hit with it really hard by summer. And the more we reject growth, the harder that is going to be. Release, surrender, purge. Somebody's really resisting the growth. And if they would just surrender to it, the answers would fall into place so much more easily. The shadow side, someone's just really not comfortable with the shadow side at all. The dark night, going through the moon energy, someone's not comfortable with it because that means we would have to let our egos down and understand that we are imperfect beings. Sometimes we make choices that fit us at the time, but not necessarily in the long term, and that we are subject to change. That's what it is to be human. We are constantly subject to change. And you seem to be fine with the dynamic as it is. Or reverse energies as it applies. Perhaps it's your person that's fine with the dynamic as it is, or the relationship as it is, but you're not. And you're doing some very hard growth. Where you're struggling with it because you're so established and it's like, I don't want to learn anything new. Somebody's energy is telling me I don't want to learn anything new. It's too fucking painful. It's too fucking scary. I just want to be content with what I have. And then somebody is just trying to break outside of their fucking box. But they don't know it. They're resisting that energy so much. There's a strong lesson in here. And the more we resist that lesson, the more it's going to fucking hurt when the universe whoops our ass with it. And that's when you hit the floor. In shock and in awe of everything rolling up on you at one time. So it looks like a very straightforward, you and I are going through a rough patch. Has a lot to do with somebody's personal growth. And it's not easy at all. And the more we resist it, the more it's going to fucking hurt. Okay? You know, and that's true for anything. The slower you take off that Band-Aid, the more you're going to feel it. That kind of thing. You know, you can either slowly stick your foot into the water that's cold and just be a big baby about it, or you can plunge into it. This person is fighting tooth and fucking nail about shit that they're learning the hard way, and they don't want to learn it. They don't want to learn it. And it has directly to do with someone's passion, soulmate energy, twin flames, if you want to call it that, the lovers, which is my preference. Why is it here? Why was I fated to it? Why is it? The big question here, if I'm getting to the point, Aquarius, is why is this happening to me? Somebody is saying that over and over. Why is this happening to me? I don't want to talk about it. There is nothing happening to me. My pride's been hurt. My self-image has been hurt and affected. But no, it hasn't. It's resistance. Resistance to the Tower. Damn. That's some heavy shit. I don't know. The third eye, clarity. Someone needs clarity to release their intuition. Okay. Listen to it. Learn. Ooh. Yeah, passion's involved, all right. And someone's like, why is this happening to me? This is change. I don't want change. Fuck change. I just want to go back to the way I was. And the more we resist that growth, the harder it's going to hit. And it will hit eventually. And as for that person, it might very well be summertime. You know? Well, I didn't know it was going to be all that. You might not have either. And that's why we're here. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. I understand that you're trying to be sensitive to their needs, but you have them too. I would say gently but firmly start talking about it. And if you get resistance, back off, then you try again later. Okay, but we need to get that dialogue going. I know you're very good at it and that's what you're used to. But we need to find a different approach with our person. I don't want you to lose that kind of energy or steam. or hope for your commitment. You seem to be very strongly tied to it, but someone here is suffering from that. Why is this happening to me? And they're not doing well with it. The longer it takes you to incorporate knowledge about yourself, particularly new knowledge. What? You mean I'm changing? What the fuck is that? I don't want to change. That's not convenient. The more we resist that, the worse it gets. And somebody's resisting it hardcore. All right, that's enough. Aquarius, the next round of Intimate Tarots won't be for 3 more months, and then the next round of readings in general will actually be the general overview 2 weeks from now. I hope this was helpful to you, honey. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.